Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your boy, Dr. Rogers, a multiple scholarship winner and awardee. So today or I am going to be having a very special guest on my channel, and we'll be talking about how to get scholarships or admissions in Austria or Czech Republic. This is first hand information from one of my guys whom I caught up with him through LinkedIn. So he is going to be sharing a lot of information. So if you've ever looked forward to studying in Austria or Czech Republic or working on either as a postdoctorate or to study for your master's, your PhD, and possibly postdoctorate, and how about not even we can also go ahead and talk about even having academia positions. This is a time. So we'll be having him in just 1 minute from now. I think he's struggling to join. So my friend, he will introduce himself. He's going to tell you. We ask him lots of questions, and also the questions I'll get from the audience. That too, I will also present them to you all. So let's while we're waiting for him, I'll just give a rundown of some of the scholarships which I've already shared on my network. And by the way, if this is your first time, be it on my channel on if this is your first time on yeah, he's here.
Yeah,
Hello. Yeah, you're
hello.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm very, very good. I'm very
Okay,
fine.
thank you very much. So before you came in, I was trying to run through or tell people about the scholarships I've shared on my channel already, because we are directly streaming through Facebook on my Facebook page and also on YouTube. So we are live now. And I'm gonna ask, I'll make it to be very friendly, so it shouldn't be tense. So just feel relaxed and tell as much information as much as possible so that people who are not even here, when they get to watch, they'll definitely have to, appreciate the information. We've created time, and you have created time out of your busy schedule to share with us. So before you came in, by the way, if there's anybody watching through my channel, YouTube, make sure you hit on the subscription bell and stay connected, because I will always bring you lots of scholarship tips, lots of information on how to apply for schools, admissions, internships, jobs, academia positions, and whatever. So let me not talk a lot. Today is not my day. Today is Mr. Yves' day. So he's
Sure.
our special guest all the way from in Austria, right?
Yeah.
Austria now. So would you mind introducing yourself?
Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Dr.
You're
Waying
welcome.
Rogers.
Yes.
How are you doing, first of all?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay.
Really great to meet you
Yeah,
to
my pleasure. Yeah.
channel. So, going straight forward, like you said, my name is Eve
Yeah.
Rindangao. I'm a student. Actually, I study at the University of South Bohemia. It's in Czech Republic. But as
Okay.
you know, in Europe, because
Yeah.
they are like one country in European Union, so
Yeah.
different universities have got different projects that they call out
Okay.
together. So this
Okay.
time I'm in Austria. I'm in Vienna,
Okay.
where
Awesome.
I'm
Mhm.
working on a project
Okay.
in a university known as BOKU. Actually, it is a University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences.
Okay.
It's
Awesome.
known as no, BOKU. So
Yeah.
I'm doing my PhD.
Okay. Wow.
I do agroecology,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that's what I can say by now.
Okay, awesome. So where are you from? Like, it's a common thing in Korea, right? When they meet you in Korea, because currently I'm in Korea, I've been here for a long time. When they meet you in Korea, first thing, what is your name? And the second question always is, where are you from?
Great, great, great. I come from Rwanda. I'm Rwandese.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So definitely, oh, it's good to have my Rwandese brother here. And
Sure.
the next question will be, how did you find yourself in Austria from Rwanda to Czech and then now Austria? How did that happen?
Uh, I don't know how I can explain it because through discussions, I have decided to talk about it at the last because I will make a very short presentation after
Sure. Okay.
then at the end,
Yeah.
because my presentation will have a very short three parts. In my
Okay.
last part will
Yeah.
be sharing my experience. Sharing
Okay.
my experience, I wish to talk
Mhm.
about how I found myself here, but
Okay.
what I can say is that I've been trying. I've been trying
Okay.
different things.
Okay.
So by the end, I find myself here. But
Awesome.
it was by trying. That's what I can
Yes.
say. Sure.
Yes, awesome. Like on my channel too, these days I'm running tips on tips on having scholarships, and that is my second tip. Like I do always advise people, you've got to try. If
Exactly.
you do not try, then you're not sure if you have it or not. So, by the way, let's. How about we start with your presentation, then the questions can follow.
Well, it's fine.
All right.
So
So
should I share my screen?
yeah, please share your screen. You can share your screen and then we
Okay.
will follow.
Screen sharing is easier with two
Yeah.
monitor sharing. Okay.
Did you find it?
Share screen.
Did you see the part for share screen?
Can you
Yes.
see it?
Okay, let me add it. Yes, I've added share your screen. Your screen
Uh-huh.
is on now. Okay, awesome. Wow. Wow, okay. I love this. Great.
Are we there?
Yes, we are following
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So
Thank you
should
very
I
much.
go on?
Yeah, please. The floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Lojas.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you've
welcome.
asked, today we shall share about scholarship in Austria and in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Like I've said, I would wish to divide my short presentation into three parts. I will talk about scholarship in Austria. That's part one. I will talk about scholarship in Czech Republic. That's part two. And I will give my experience, my view, and how can you access the scholarship? Because knowing that this country has these types of scholarship doesn't mean you can access it directly. You know, you need to prepare yourself. You need different stuff so that you. But yeah, the first thing is to know that those scholarship exist, but it is not all for you to access the scholarship. Now, this is what I was saying. Now, before I go to Austria, like I've said in my introduction, I would like to say that in European Union, different countries work almost the same in terms of education, schedule, duration, those kind of things. That's why I've started with a file that will describe these two countries, Austria and Czech Republic. The first thing you need to know in these countries is that there is no entrance examinations once you were admitted to start your journey with any university in these two countries. The second thing is that before you apply, you need to check whether your qualifications are equivalent to the one of Austria. If not, you need to do some extra exams, because almost when you want to do like masters, they used to ask if you've completed 12 years at school. That means primary and secondary. It's normal. You can understand that easily. The second thing is the structure. Like I've said, the structure and duration in European Union is almost the same. When we talk of masters, the masters is 2 years. But the thing I've seen here, which is quite different, is that if you start your masters, you can complete it anytime you finish your things. What do I mean? I had a fellow friend who were studying in Czech Republic at the same university, but he was doing his masters. Instead of doing his program in 2 years, he has done it in 1 year and a half. He has completed everything, he has defended his thesis, and they have allowed him to graduate. Now, for PhD, it's 3 to 4 years, and you're done. According to language, like here in Austria, the same, like in Czech Republic, they used to ask that you need to have a B2, the minimum B2 certificate in English. But for Austria, because Austria speak German, they sometimes ask for Germany. If you have B2 in Germany, or you have B2 in English, it's okay. You get admitted. Another very important thing to talk about is that there is no tuition fees, but this is for European Union citizens. They just pay some 18 euro for they call it student union fees. But for the people outside European Union, you need to pay, of course. You need to pay around 1,400 euro, 1,400 euro per year for 2 semesters. You understand it? Again, you need to prove that you can sustain yourself during your stay, because you cannot be admitted without proving that. Here I want to tell you that the living cost, it's estimated around 8,000. On our channel, we have a channel called Food for the Future, F4F. So we've tried to describe the cost of life cost, living cost of in these 2 countries. So it is estimated around 8,000 will cover you for 1 year. If you cannot sustain yourself, better to look for scholarship. And that's what we are talking about today. Now, this is general for the 2 countries. These are general information for both Austria and Czech Republic. Now, let me go to Austria now. I want to talk to the most important scholarship for internationals. There are 2 of them that I will talk about a little bit today. The first one is Austrian government scholarship. The second one is university scholarship. Actually, what I mean, there is a government scholarship in Austria. They call it Austria government scholarship. But also there are other scholarship opportunities from different universities. Different universities professors have got projects that are sponsored. The money may come from the government or from private institutions or companies, but the universities have different opportunities for students who want to pursue or continue their studies. So both of them, the characteristics I've mentioned here down are for both the 2 scholarships. The cost level, you can get, they can pay, they can help you to do a short course, undergraduate, though it's not usual for undergraduate. But for graduate, it's certain. for masters, I mean, and PhD. The funding is full, but sometimes you find some professors at some universities, they pay partial scholarship. So you need to find some way of covering the rest of the money to use. How about the nationalities who are concerned for those two types of scholarship? All international people are concerned, especially those coming from developing countries. So what is the deadline? The deadline for those scholarship is always March. March, they start every year. So better to be sure that you've prepared all your things around March and you apply. So the process starts March because most of them, the semester start, because in March you submit everything. Then the process of selection starts from March. What are the documents they need? The application form, most of them are online. You can access them online. The CV, your CV. You need 2 recommendation letters. They prefer recommendations from the professors who knows you or who taught you from university you've frequented before. You need a supervisor, but this is not a must. Sometime you need a supervisor. If you don't have one, it's fine. You can proceed. You need a passport. You understand this. And you need your certificates, the certificate from university, you know. How about the stipend? The stipend is always around €1,000 per month, and this is enough because for frat, the payment for frat for housing, it's almost like it's almost 400 or €500. You can spend €250 or €300 for your food stuff, and the less you can use maybe traveling, those kind of things. It depends on you, depends on how good you are at saving. Some universities, some scholarships, especially these Austrian government scholarship, do provide accommodation and round airfare travel, but some others do not provide one. You get it from the scholarship they give you, the stipend they give you. Now, the third one is a scholarship for different trainings. This is in Austria is common. It is called Austrian Scholarship for International Students. But the difference between this one and the previous two one I was talking about is that this is a short-time scholarship for only training. This, if you are doing master's, PhD, undergraduate, whatever, or if you've completed your studies, you are doing research and other things, you can apply for this scholarship. They can help you to do a training in one of the university in Austria. So they sponsor almost everything. The difference is that for the people coming from European Union, IFTA, EEA, OECD, they don't pay the ticket from their countries, but the rest is covered by this scholarship. These are the 3 scholarships I wanted to talk about. They are very common, and many people get this scholarship from Austria. With this, I've tried to put some links so that anyone who may need it can access the link and see what like the application, because I've said when you want to apply, you need to access the application form through online. So the links are there. So this is what I can say for the first part, the Austrian part. Now, allow me to go very quickly. If there is no other question, allow me to go very quickly to Czech Republic. For Czech Republic, what I would say is that it's almost the same as Austria, but a very small difference. What I will say is that in Czech, we have government scholarship. like I've said, for Austria. But I will not spend much time. I've put in a link there. But this link is found on the Ministry of Education and Sport in Czech. You feel everything online. It is there. And the requirements are the same, like the one I've said before. Just what I want to mention is that the stipend is around 9,000 and 12,000 Czech koruna. This is not much. It's almost like more or less than 550 euro or 600 euro. Not too much. Secondly, there is university scholarship here in Czech Republic. But I want you to take attention on this and know those people who want to do their bachelor's degree in Czech Republic, what I have seen and with the experience I have is that it's almost impossible to get the scholarship for bachelor's here. For masters, it's sometime available, but this also depends on the project that your professor is having or is working on. If your professor, the supervisor, you want him to supervise you, have some project, have some money for that project, he can accept you. You have to try. But most of the time, it is not easy for masters. The same for bachelors. For bachelors, almost impossible. Because, you know, in these countries, they like I've said before, they study for free. They don't pay school fees. They study for free. So to get the scholarship for this, it's really rare. But for PhD, it's often you certain that you will get the scholarship for PhD. Most of the professors want the people to do PhD because they have a lot of sponsorship. They have many projects, but they want PhD students to work on those projects more than they want for master's or bachelor students. Now, here in Czech Republic, like I've been saying, there is 3 scholarship I want to talk about that are really very interesting. Like I've said, you can be, like I've said, for bachelor's degree, they don't give you a scholarship. The same for masters. Even different people who've been together here do not get the scholarship, but they manage to live and cope with their studies. There is 3 scholarship I wanted to talk about for Czech Republic especially. There is what we call a merit-based scholarship, and we have what we call exchange or training scholarship, like Erasmus, CPAS, those kind of things. And we have the last one called need-based scholarship. Well, what is the difference? What is the difference between these 3 and how to access them? As you know, you cannot apply for 2 scholarships at the same time. But here there is some options. For example, a merit-based scholarship is a scholarship given to students whether you have a scholarship, a sponsor, or you don't have one. You can have 2. You have, for example, government scholarship, but you can also apply for a merit-based scholarship. This one, the requirement is to get an excellent. You need to be excellent in your first semester. What you have to understand for these 3 scholarships is that for you to access them, you have first to be enrolled to a university somewhere in Czech Republic. Then you have at least to complete the first semester. Then from that first semester, the note you will get will determine if you are eligible for the best scholarship, merit-based scholarship or not. Now, the scaling, the grading here in Czech Republic is from 1 to 4, 1 being the best and 4 being the worst. Actually, 4 means you failed. Now, the money they give you, what I have seen, one time I've seen one person that have been given 1,000 euro once, but I've seen other people, even more people, who have got around 800 Czech koruna for 12 months, 6 to 12 months. So it depends. It depends, but know that this opportunity is there and you can access them. Let us go now to exchange or training scholarship. This one, it is the one that have these things we call Erasmus Plus and CPAS and other many scholarship. This also can be given to a student whether he has another sponsorship or not. But you need to know that this one is given once for your program. If you're doing your master's or PhD, you are allowed only 12 months. For example, studying at another university, you can go and spend a semester, 2 semesters from another university. You can do a training. You can get a training in Korea, in America, in South America, in Austria, and they pay for you. And also, after completing your program, you can apply for this scholarship, and they call it apprenticeship. Like you get a job in a factory, in industry, in a company, but you still want to learn how to do the job. You're still junior. You need to get some experience there. So this one can help you. The last one is called need-based scholarship. This need-based scholarship is given to students who do not have any other option. You're there, you don't have any scholarship, but you're enrolled. Actually, you cannot sustain your life anymore. What you do, what I've seen many students do, they used to send an email to the supervisor or to the dean. Most of the time, most of them, the one I have met, they have got the help from their professors or from the dean. Or sometimes they waive some fees. Like if you're paying yourself the school fees, they waive some fees so that you can sustain yourself. So this all I can talk about Czech Republic. For both scholarship, for both countries, you can try different universities. For instance, public universities have a lot of scholarship. They have a lot of funds, a lot of scholarship. Different professors have got different funds that may help you to continue your studies. Now, without wasting time, again, I want to finish with the last part. My last part will be knowing the scholarship that exist in a country doesn't mean that you can access them. Doesn't mean that you directly get them. What I wanted to say here is that actually this is the experience I've got. I want to share my experience in this last part. And I will talk a little bit about how I have got my scholarship for masters, for PhD, and many more. I've got other different ones for different trainings. The first thing I've seen is that after completing, let me, for example, say someone have completed his bachelor's degree, he wants to do his master's, he wants to do PhD, but the financial status of himself is not good. The first thing you need to do or you need to know is that you need to have that courage, that need, that courage of continuing your studies. Some people do not know if they want to continue studying or if they are going to look for a job. You need to decide first what you will do. If you decide that you will continue your studies, The first thing you need to know is to know that at least different countries provide different scholarship. If you have that information, you will go on and ask yourself, what are those countries and what are those scholarships? Different types of scholarship that do exist, and the countries that I can find those scholarship from. After getting that idea, you will normally ask yourself, I've got the countries, I've got the types of scholarship. Then, what are the requirements? What are the documents that I'll ask? The frequently asked documents, because that is very important. You cannot apply to a scholarship without knowing the requirement, the documents they need. After checking the requirement, the documents, then you go on. You ask yourself, am I eligible? Because eligibility and accessibility doesn't mean the documents. Eligibility may go further and say, for example, what is the age limit? What is whatever, what are the countries that are considered? Those kind of things. After knowing the eligibility and accessibility, sometimes you need to know different tips. I've been talking about supervisor before, which is the thing I've used, for example, getting my PhD. The supervisor is very important. Let me give you an example. Different countries have got different scholarship. They put their requirements, deadline, eligibility, tips, and those kind of things. Now, you want to apply to that scholarship. You have got almost all the documents and everything. What I've seen is that there is a lot of processes you need to pass through so that you can get that scholarship. Application, examinations for some universities. You need to do some interviews. Those things are needed for different scholarship, like I've been saying, government scholarship and those kind of things. But for me, for my PhD scholarship, I've used this trick of these tips of finding a supervisor first. Why finding supervisor is very important? It is very important because a supervisor helps you in all and everything. What you need to do is and what I have been doing, for instance, is to go to different countries that I wish I can study in. I take, for example, let me say Czech Republic. I go to the website of different universities. After going to those universities, I go look for universities with the faculty I want to study in. Me, I do agriculture. After that, I look for universities having the faculty that has the department I want to be enrolled in. After that, I use it to look for professors that are working on exactly the thing I want to work on. Then how have I been doing that? Just by accessing their website. The website of the university have everything. Then after finding the name of a supervisor, of a professor, during that time, he's not yet a supervisor, but he's a professor at university. After finding what he is working on, because I use it to go to ResearchGate, LinkedIn, and find what project is he working on, what are the researches he is working on, so that I can see that I can fit in. Is it that thing I want to further my study in? Those kind of things. After finding that, I used to draft the email, the motivation letter, the motivating email. It is very, very important and efficient to get the scholarship. I used to to compose the email, the motivating email, showing the professor my interest in his things, showing him my capabilities, what I have been doing, what I have worked on before, my certificates from university from previous years, and all those kind of things. I used to send them. For your information, I've sent almost 60 emails from almost 20 universities, and some of them do not reply. Some of the professors do not reply. Part of them reply but say, maybe I'm retiring. I'm saying according to what I've seen, what I've received. I'm retiring next year. I don't have a project, so I don't have money. I cannot take you. Some say, maybe I have your CV, I have your documents. I will talk to you next year. I think I will be having some funds. Those kind of things. Now, after that, for some, you wait, and you don't find an email after that time they have said. But what I can advise people is that do not lose the courage. Keep doing it. Stay at it. Keep trying it. Keep striving. From those 60 emails, some have accepted, but I think 5 people. Only 5 people have accepted, but with different conditions. So I've chosen to come to Czech Republic because they were providing good things I was wanting. Actually, even the life and other advantages. Okay, now that's what I can say. And on the food of the future, F4F, which is the channel, there is all those things I was talking about with the links. These are the things we do sometime. I have other people whom we work together and provide these advices on YouTube, and whoever want can access this, and yeah, maybe this can help him. I think this was what I have prepared. Now, this is the end of the presentation. If there is other questions, we can go on. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Yves. Thank you in fact, let me call you. Thank you very much, Dr. Yves. Like, I always, before I got my PhD, when you call me doctor, I used to be, because of the stress, you understand? So when you call me doctor, I panic a little bit. I'm like, am I sure I'm going to live up to that? So
that's the same feeling.
Yes. Yes.
Whereas I want to ask again, what?
Yes. So let me just call you Dr. Yves, but because I know you make it. Thank you very much for your elaborate presentation. It's been awesome. So I have a couple of questions. I'm gonna go hit on that so that we can share more of this information, because while you're sharing your story, like presenting at the end, when you were sharing, I feel like we've walked the same path. You understand? Wow. Because when I present myself like a multi scholarship winner, some people feel it's just, oh, he just applied and he got on the street. No, it doesn't go. Yeah, it doesn't go like that. So the part where you mentioned about sending over 60 emails and getting reply of 5 before, like it's a common thing in academia. By academia, for those who don't know what academia is, those are like researchers who are mostly focused on working with research and publications. You have people who work with a research institute. Those are the people into the industry. I've worked in the industry and I've worked in academia. And academia is a ruthless path. Like, before you get one position, you have to send put in your mind, if you're listening anywhere, if you're a young person out there, you're looking forward to continue your education, put in your mind that you will send at least minimum 50 or 40 and you
That's
will not get a reply.
that's true.
That is what we
And don't
do.
get be surprised. It's okay.
Yes,
It's well fine.
definitely. It's a normal thing. Be
It's
used to, like, get used to receiving no. Get used to being ignored. Get used to writing emails and nobody replies them. So I have questions for you here. Let me drop them first.
yeah. You muted yourself.
Sorry. Can you get me?
Yeah, I can get you.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to start with the questions.
Uh-huh.
Like for the PhD requirement, what are someone who is just having his master degree? Like I have a lot of students who reach out to me with master degree. They're just completing and they want to come, for example, because I'm in Korea. You're now in Austria, Czech. You have experience. So I'm gonna like throw the same question. Will reach out to me. If I'm just having my master degree with no publication and I want to have a PhD scholarship with a laboratory, how, like, what are the requirements for PhD to have a PhD admission, to have PhD sponsor, like scholarship to work within a project? So what are the requirements?
Thank you very much for the question. What I've seen, first of all, is that I think applying in Europe is easier more than any other part. What I have seen.
Yeah.
And most of the papers they need
Yeah.
is first your certificates.
Okay.
Even if you don't have some publications, they want to make sure that your background is good enough to continue in the option, in the program you're applying for. The certificate, when I talk about certificate, I mean the degree and transcript. And what else do they ask? They ask to talk about yourself a little bit. How are you interested on? Another very important thing that I didn't mention is that after the professor, because me, I like passing through that way more than the other scholarship. I used to pass through professors. It is much easier, though I spend much time sending emails, but once you find someone who select you, that's all. Now, the professor, once he take your document, he always asks you again to talk about yourself a little bit. After that, he proposed you different projects. What I've seen, because I know some student may propose, but what I've seen, most of professors used to propose students. Now, the professor gives you a series of different things he's working on in the lab. For example, my supervisor is even the head of department. For me, he has given me all the researches approved in the department. He asked me if I can fit in 2 or 3 of them. I've said this is fine. We can work on this. Then after choosing, so we are discussing about the topic, the project. After agreeing on a project, what he asks you is to go and do a literature about it. So you don't have publications, but he wants at least to see if you really understand your understanding, your level. It's like teasing. It's like, because once you at university, you start things afresh. Because there is, maybe you can do different thoughts, because when you start your PhD, in the first time, you don't know what to do. You hear you day so you start things afresh. So the main thing they ask is your certificate. You discuss the project, and to write a little bit about it. That's all.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, anybody watching out there, this is good news. So, if you've ever come or approach me with a question and I tell you you need to have publications, there is good news here shared by Dr. Yves. Without a publication, there are high chances you can have a scholarship, PhD, professor sponsored scholarship in Europe, especially in Austria and Czech Republic. Because I used to strike on that very hard because when it comes to career, some of the professors, or maybe majority of them, would love to see if you have a publication, because when you have that, it already gives them that like a clue that you can work.
Assurance.
Yes, because lots of them have projects which they already want you to start working. Like PhD is like a job, right?
Exactly.
It's like a job. So the access, you're being indirectly recruited to work. So they want people with full qualification. So the good news is if you don't have publications, your chances are very high in Europe. So do not hold back. Okay, another question is the about how about postdoctorates in Austria and Czech Republic? Like the postdoctorates first. I'll just ask like a layman, is it easy to have postdoctorate
Uh,
positions in Austria or Czech Republic, or what would you recommend?
uh, Thank you very much. Very good question. And uh, before I go straight to postdoc, I want to come back on this on the previous question and say that if there is a lot of student, let me use it, bright student who have applied with good publication, the professor may prefer the one, but you also have chance. Now, let me go to postdoc. Maybe, I don't know. In these countries, in Czech, like in Austria, what I have seen, they have a lot of projects to the point you cannot imagine. In Austria, here I am, the university has got different, they create institutes according to different faculties, those kind of things. And those
Mhm.
institutes work with private companies, private farmers, those kind of things. They have some projects in common. For postdoc, actually, you need to complete your PhD, of course, and you need to show the area you are specializing in. What are the skills do you have? Because it's another type of job. Doing postdoc is another type of job. And another thing that I would recommend is the same for PhD student.
Mhm.
Always in math, always all universities in those institutions, they post those posts, the postdoc position. If, for example, you look for BOKU, the BOKU University I was talking about, every time, even now, I didn't take in mind, but even now, I was seeing things that related to microbiology things. No, anytime they post the post, and any person is eligible. Actually, accessing school in Europe, I've seen is very easy. What is complicated a little bit here, through the experience I have, is getting visa. But getting school, because I have my friends, many friends, who have got school, they have been applying, but they are still struggling to get the visa. But the rest is very easy, very easy. The good thing is to choose an ideal professor and check if the good project is in press. That's what I can say. I'm not if I
Wow,
don't.
wow. Yeah.
Mhm.
To add to that, it's very I can support what Dr. Eve just said. It's yeah, because I myself one of my hobby, by the way, is searching for jobs, scholarships. Even though I'm done, but I
That's
love doing that. It's a
that's
hobby.
really great.
So, but what I found out with Europe is you can easily have those adverts when you go to the university website. You go to the vacancy
Easily.
and you click and you have that. But in Korea, you do not have in very few universities. Very few universities do put vacancy because there is already a website
Uh-huh.
which has um, postdoctorates, professors, PhD scholarships, all of that. There is a website built for that, and I've made a video
Oh,
on my channel. So anybody who is interested, who is looking forward to a postdoctorate in Korea, who doesn't want to email the professor or who is reluctant to do it, you can go check that video. Every
mm,
day they put
very, very
up,
interesting.
yes, every day they do put up postdoctorate positions, but they're in Korean. And you need to know a way how to convert it to English. And I've made a whole video on that on my channel. So if you're interested for a postdoctorate in Korea, you need to check that out. For China, I think it's almost the same thing because in Asia, the thing is with Asia is
Almost the same.
the, yeah, almost the same. So you need networking in this business is very, very important. Networking is very important. And these days things are even made very easy because you now have YouTube videos like what we are doing here. And by the way, guys, Dr. Yves has his own YouTube channel, which he's sharing scholarship tips and a lot of what I do here, he's doing it too. So make sure you check on his channel. I'm gonna get the link and share on my channel too. So please check out on him. The reason why we do all of this is for people to get informed because when you get a scholarship, because based on my experience, I've helped so many people get scholarships free. It gives me that joy, satisfaction, and excitement when someone says the scholarship you recommended or the job you recommended, I got it. It makes me very excited. So check out on Dr. Yves' channel as well. He's having tons of information on that. You should make sure you check that out. And then let me get another last question because I needed this live stream to run just for 1 hour. So more questions after you can either write on the send the comment box on the comment box, or you can reach out through my email address on my channel, or of course if you want to reach out to Dr. Yves, you can always do that. He is I think he's open to helping students to any questions you have in mind, please. And then one last question before we go. How about internships? You talked about apprenticeships, scholarships. How about internships in Austria and Czech? Students looking to apply for internships, not within the country, but outside looking to apply for internships, how can they go about that?
Thank you very much. And
Yeah.
it's really a very good question because I've seen here there is a lot of opportunity. Like I've said before, um, there is even the universities here want to cooperate. If you want an internship in any other university, it's you have just to email a professor. That's all. If he has a project he's working on, you get one. Like, let me give you an example of BOKU because I've chosen it because BOKU is very good in agriculture, things I am in, because I'm in agroecology, organic farming, those kind of things. Now, just once they have a project, always they need people for internships and trainings. And those internships, of course, they are paid. You know, during my presentation, I've talked about the Erasmus Plus things, CPAS things. They support you during your stay. your university give you support to go and spend time to other university, and the university you are in also support you, because you help them. Though you are being trained, you are learning, you are running from them, you help them also to achieve their targets, to put to do their project, if I can say so. In time here, it's very easy to get the training and internships. Anywhere you can be from, you can get an internship. Just you need to know how to write a very good motivation email and put something. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I go, it's like we've been speaking just for the science students. Let's
Mhm.
get now to how about the arts, to the people who did journalism, political science, sociology, law, and that
Yeah.
direction. How I mean, is it can they get scholarships? Is it possible to have scholarships in Czech Republic for that, or internships, or what do you have for? I mean, in that direction.
Uh, what I can say, or what can I say? Actually,
Yeah.
to be honest, from other universities, it is not really easy for much of social science here. I've never got many people in that, because many people are in STEM, science, technology, those kind of things. But the government scholarship do sponsor everything. That's where I've seen it. But for university scholarship, it's not much. I used to see the people in STEM, science, technology, those kind of things, are the one 90% getting the scholarship. But for them also, the opportunities are there. I've seen few people in those options, economics, but they are few. They are few, but they are, especially for government scholarship. They sponsor that. That's what I can say.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much, Dr. Yves. I think we will have to somehow reschedule or be it on your channel or my channel. We
Sure.
need to share a lot. Like
Really, we have a lot.
I plan to run a live stream on how to write cold emails, motivation letters,
That's
CVs, and
really
all of
nice.
that. Yeah, we need to work on that and let this information out there for students to have them free and accessible at any time. And before I leave, I'm gonna summarize and sum up everything we've discussed. We
Yes.
discussed all the scholarships within Czech Republic and Austria, where they run from government scholarships that covers people from all aspects, be it social science, STEM, and then we went down to government-sponsored universities or professor scholarships, which are mostly for STEM because they are out to conduct research. And we also have internship opportunities in these countries. So if you're looking forward to it, just write a cold email to a professor, or you can wait for the government scholarships, which usually come up during the season of May. So if you've been watching this channel or you've been watching this show from YouTube, make sure hit on the subscription bell and also check out on Dr. A's channel. He's doing the same thing like myself. We
Food
got to
for the future, Rania.
yeah, yeah, for the future. For the links, I'm going to get that privately with him and attach on the description box of this email. So if you've watched up to this level and you love what we do, anytime send us emails. We will be there. But what I personally do not do is I don't write cover letters for people. I don't write
Sure.
CVs. I just mentor you on how to do that. And please do not send me your documents. It's
Yeah,
dangerous.
very
Don't send me your
dangerous.
documents. We do not recruit people to go abroad. We do not send people abroad. We are
No.
here to help share information. Thank you very much, Dr. Eve. And it's been a pleasure to have you.
The thanks is yours because you've given me a platform to share my experience and talk to people. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
You're welcome. All right. Bye.
Bye. See you.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Dr. Yves. So make sure you hit on the subscription bell for all those watching through YouTube. And I'm going to attach all the links of the videos in the description box. So, guys, this is the moment you've been waiting for. So, I'm going to leave you here and take care, everyone. Bye.